Coming to you from Annapolis, Maryland, home of the U.S. Naval Academy, the sailing capital of the world, home of the world's largest crab feast, and 4 signers of the Declaration of Independence. This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, a daily roundup of local news that you can use, including local sports, local events, local opinion, and local weather from DMV Weather. Now here's your host, publisher of Eye on Annapolis, John Frenaye.
Good morning. It's Monday, June 18th, 2018. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. The health of the entire Chesapeake Bay is showing unprecedented signs of improvement as undersea grasses spread and the blue crab population increased. The University of Maryland said Friday that the bay's overall condition is trending upward for the first time since the school began issuing report cards on the bay health 12 years ago. The University's Center for Environmental Science gave the bay an overall grade of C, which it has received for the last 2 years. But researchers see significant improvements in several regions, proof, they say, that the efforts to reduce pollution by states in the watershed are working. Yesterday night, the Capitol reported that there will be another vacancy on the Circuit Court in Anne Arundel County. Circuit Court Judge Michelle Jacklich has sent her letter of resignation to Governor Larry Hogan, effective August 1st. And this is in addition to 2 other vacancies with the retirement of Circuit Court Justice Paul Getsky and Circuit Court Justice Paul Harris. Currently, Circuit Court Justice Mark Crooks is running for a retention election with the primary on June 26th. Also on Friday, Mayor Buckley announced the selection of U.S. Naval Academy English professor Temple Cone as the Poet Laureate for the city of Annapolis for a 2-year term from 2018 to 2020. Gwen Manso and Barbara Torian, co-chairs of the Art and Public Places Commission Poet Laureate Selection Panel, said that Professor Cone plans to lead programs and events with a focus on sharing poetic experience, including linking Annapolis students with local senior communities, and establish poetry contests, workshops for military personnel, and talks in which writers and readers of poetry speak about their struggles with poetry. Cone holds a Ph.D. from the University of Wisconsin, a Master's of Fine Arts from the University of Virginia, and a Master of Arts from Hollins University. Speaking of the City Council meeting tonight, it should be a long one as the Annapolis City Council continues to wrestle with the budget. In emails that I have seen over the weekend, none of the aldermen seem to agree on the budget as it sits now, so expect many hours and many amendments before we see what comes out of this. My prediction is that they will all cave, we'll see the tax hike, and hopefully we'll forget about it, or so the politicians think. Last week, Nike and the United States Naval Academy were battling it out over an unauthorized use of a modified logo, or more correctly, the seal for the United States Naval Academy, by the Undefeated, which is a small brand of soccer clothing by Nike. When served with the cease and desist letter, Nike responded, "Oops, my bad." And if you're a shopper, get excited. Amazon Prime Day 2018 is just around the corner, and here's your tip for today. It happens every July. We're not sure of the date. It's usually in the middle of the month. Therefore, if you are not a Prime customer, sign up now. Get your free 30-day trial. That gets you special pricing, gets you special access, and gets you second-day shipping. You can cancel it afterwards if you don't like it. And also, put us on your calendar for tomorrow night. The Group Action Annapolis is sponsoring what they're calling a, quote, under-the-radar forum for races that are under everybody's radar in the current election. They say that it's going to be focused on the county executive, the Anne Arundel County Council, the state's attorney, the sheriff, and the clerk of the court. I'm not quite sure that they're under the radar. As a matter of fact, they're all pretty big races. But anyhow, it goes on Tuesday, June 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Asbury United Methodist Church at 87 West Street in Annapolis. You can park in Gott's Garage and just sort of walk across the street. It is co-sponsored by the Harbor House Eastport Terrace Residents Association and WISE, which is the Women Indivisible, Strong, and Effective. And it will be moderated by the Reverend Dr. Carletta Allen, who is the pastor of Asbury United Methodist Church. So 6 to 8 p.m. on Tuesday, June 19th. Learn more about your candidates. And speaking of learning more about the candidates, make sure you go to eyeonannapolis.net. We did put up our predictions. These are not endorsements for who will win the primary race. There are some surprises in there. Make sure you check that out. It is pinned to the top. That's about it for the news today. Hang tight. We've got George Young with DMV Weather coming right up.
It's that time of year. Get your summer in gear at East Port Rockin', taking over 2nd Street in Eastport once again from 11 to 8 this Saturday with 37 bands, including Area 301, the Kelly Bell Band, Almighty Senators, the Grilled Lincolns, and more. Enjoy delicious food from local trucks and Annapolis favorites, a super fun kids area, arts and crafts, and wash it all down with a tasty beverage. For tickets and info, visit eastportorockin.com. Proceeds benefit amfm.org and the Annapolis Maritime Museum. See you there.
This is Maryland. The weather can be nearly unpredictable. We've got George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis to sort it all out.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Monday, June 18th. Okay, so here we are, day 5 of the 5 straight days of sunny, warm weather we thought we'd have starting last Thursday, and wow, what a great stretch of weather it has been for Annapolis and all of Anne Arundel County. Even idiotic weather forecasters who only get it right 50% of the time sometimes get it right 100% of the time. But instead of just warm weather today, it'll be downright hot with highs in the 90s and humidity levels causing it to feel like 100 plus degrees. And the same will be true Tuesday, but Tuesday will also be a day in which nagging daily rain chances re-enter the forecast due to the seemingly ever-present stationary frontal boundary reappearing in the skies above between hot air to the south and cooler air to the north, with high temps Wednesday into the weekend back into the 80 to 85 degree range or so. But it's summertime, so all in all, a pretty summer-like forecast that we'll just have to take and like all week long. Okay, that's it for us today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great week out there, and be sure to follow us anywhere, anytime, either on our website at dmvweather.com or on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on our app, which you can download for free by searching for DC MDVA Weather in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. But always remember, whatever the weather outside, have fun and be safe.
Do you know what your teens are doing this summer? Don't be afraid to ask. The most recent Maryland Safe and Supportive School Survey shows 3/4 of Annapolis high school students say it was fairly or very easy for students in their grade to get alcohol. Underage and binge drinking is very real in Annapolis. If you give them access to alcohol, you're not cool, but you are liable for the outcome. Create a safe environment for your teens and their friends this summer. If they need to talk, listen. If you need to talk, we'll listen. We're here for you and your children. We're ASAP, Annapolis Substance Abuse Prevention. ASAP facilitates healthy community change, prevents and reduces binge drinking, underage drinking, and alcohol-related auto crashes among youth and young adults through locally led collaborations and evidence-based prevention strategies. Visit us at preventsubstanceabuse.org. This message is supported by SAMHSA and the Maryland Behavioral Health Administration.
Thanks for listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. If you like what you heard, make sure to tell your friends and colleagues about it. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find much more. Be sure to check out our other weekly podcast, The Maryland Crabs. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.